The luxury market in Evanston, Wilmette, Glenview on the North Shore of Chicago is changing quite a bit. In Evanston, there's some very interesting things going on. I just sold a house with a lake view for just over $2.4 million. The owner listened to me. He knew I had done some other work for people he knew, put a lot of credibility in that, really was very open-minded to listening to my advice, knew what I was talking about, knew that I knew what I was talking about, priced it correctly, sold it in the range I told them it would sell for, and everyone's very happy. So $2.4 million, 100-year-old home by a noted architect, and great lake views, but no lake access. You can't get into the lake from the house, whereas some of the neighbors can. So someone else just put a home for sale for over $3 million more than his home, and essentially about the same size, but it has some lake access, has stairs that you can get into the lake, and you can put a boat into the lake there too. But it does get ice on the house in the winter. It's so close that the lake blows on the house and gets ice. So bottom line is $3 million more seems pretty darn aggressive, to say the least, and we'll see what happens with that. Someone down the street is putting a home with no lake access, no lake view, on the market for $3 million shortly, and then two other people are going on the market on the same block. So it's going to be very interesting, but we're kind of at a time where some home sellers want yesterday's prices from 2000, 2001, and they're not always there. Luxury market is still pretty stable, but in Evanston it's a little spotty. If you move over to Wilmette, there's pretty good demand. Things are all sold for the most part. The builders are slowing down a little bit, but the ones they have are pretty well sold. I know of one who I might bring a client to soon that has a piece of land that he's going to be purchasing, and we might put that under contract quickly so that they can move into the house in about 12 months. However, in Glenview, what you see is home builders have rented their homes out for fear of the market really slowing significantly. So they've actually, are that conservative and that concerned, taken the homes off the market, these builders in Glenview, so that they don't get stuck with them if the market slows that much. But there's another builder in Glenview that is much more bullish in his approach. He's putting up 4 new homes and told me, well, this will eliminate my competition, the fact that these builders are renting their homes out and are not going to sell them right now. So, there's different ways of thinking about it with the builders, but I will say the market specifically in Evanston is probably the most intriguing because the housing stock is varied. You have old homes, you have a little bit newer homes, you have lake access, you have lake views, you have these different variables, and some of the numbers people are throwing out are pretty big, real big, aggressive numbers. So we'll see if the market can support them, and I am talking to a couple people who will be selling soon, and I think we have a pretty good handle on the market. So what does this mean if you're looking to buy or sell? You got to be smart. In 2008, 2009, that sort of crash is interesting to know about. It puts things in perspective a little bit right now, and you kind of use that to figure out where we may be headed, and if you're buying, what that could mean in the future and to your home price. The other thing to consider is the number of realtors that have gotten into the business is just crazy high number, over the last few years because the market was so hot. So people that are basing their decisions on advice from these people that have limited experience can really be detrimental. In any business, taking advice from people that have not been through different markets and seen different things and are highly experienced can result in, tricky situations with pricing, values, future sales. So in Evanston, good idea to be very cautious if you're purchasing. Really understand what you're doing, or there could be a significant loss. If you're selling, it's definitely you have to be very strategic and smart about how you price and how you evaluate what the value is, and understanding people's perceptions and understanding the market, better than just on a surface level. And Glenview and Wilmette, those areas are a little bit different. A lot more new construction than Evanston. Many more newer homes from builders, not as many older homes that are, on the lake. The ones in Wilmette that are on the lake are, now many of them are $15 to $20 million homes that are new construction. So, it's good to understand this. Builders in other areas like Glencoe are still hard to find land. Such low inventory, they can still command pretty robust prices. So just call, text, email if you have any questions at all about new construction, luxury homes, lakefront homes, and making smart decisions, understanding market inventory that's not on the market, and not really looking at things on the surface level, but understanding the nitty-gritty, what's really going on, from someone experienced. Just reach out anytime.